seeing procurement leaders focus on 5 key themes to drive sustainable competitive advantage in their organizations today. Firstly, a full adoption of digital and AI, both as a source of identifying new opportunities and also driving efficiencies across the supply chain. Secondly, driving supply chain resilience to more effectively face the shocks and disruptions that are hitting their organizations. Thirdly, collaborating with suppliers very differently to drive co-innovation into their businesses. Fourthly, fully embedding ESG principles in their sourcing process. Lastly, there is an opportunity for procurement to rethink their operating model and be a connecting tissue in how they work with their stakeholders internally, as well as suppliers in the external market and the ecosystem.
CEOs, boards, and clients are actually asking speed and depth of analysis to the procurement function. We see more and more companies that actually now adopting and embracing like the latest digital solutions in order to do so. I was inspired to see companies that are actually now doing something they call spend digital twins, a concept that they're taking from engineering and manufacturing, and essentially the idea is to have the simulation of the suppliers and understand what a change in the macroeconomic environment or in potentially disruption can influence. Therefore, like a change in tariff in minutes can be understood, and the effects in the value chain actually taken into account and measures already implemented. The second important tool that companies are spending time and budget on is about creating transparency on data. Data has been there since a while, but a lot of times were not easy to use, not cleansed, not categorized, and that creates delay between the request and the actual answer. Now, more and more companies real-time are cleansing data and enriching the data with some of the external market informations, external informations, and that allow to have much better scenarios almost real-time. Some of the macroeconomic changes, some of the latest innovation, for instance in batteries and few other industries, require procurement function to rethink their supplier base and rethink the relationship they have with them. The first trend goes beyond cost. So innovations with suppliers that allow more agile production footprint, requires more agile supply chain, is actually an area where we see a lot of discussion and a lot of investment coming in at the moment.
One of the best practices I've seen at one of my clients is they've set up joint teams with their suppliers to reimagine what their products would look like on 3 dimensions. How do you reduce the cost, improve quality, and drive sustainability and carbon emission reduction? One of the interesting examples of collaboration with suppliers to drive environmental friendly outcomes I have seen is a consumer goods company collaborating with a waste manufacturer and a plastics manufacturer to create a joint venture across the value chain to build recycled plastic bottles, which the consumer good company then uses in their supply chain.
Of course, cost is still one of the main elements for procurement. Innovation in a product that can make it superior final product for the clients and therefore driving margin is the second area where there is a lot of innovation and investment coming in.